Good morning, everyone. It's Miss Amy from Camden Public Library, and it is apple season here, and fall is really finally here. So apples and cider and all of that wonderful stuff, apple picking in the orchards around. So today we're going to do a handprint apple tree. This is just simple. This is just a sample, but I'm going to show you how to do this, and it is so easy. And yeah, so let's get started. So I have a brown paper bag, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace my hand, and this is going to be the tree trunk and the branches of the apple tree, and you can decide how long that you want it. Kind of hard to see. Okay, so then I'm going to cut it out. I have green paper and I have some red paper, and it doesn't have to be precise cutting it out because obviously these are the branches, etc. So, but this is fun because you could make a whole orchard of apple trees with the hands of everybody in your family. Your brothers and sisters, your mom and dad, or whoever lives in your house. That would be really fun to be able to do. You could even do this at school. This would be a great school project. Okay, and you could do it on a long piece of paper so that you get a really long tree. So I did part of my arm too, but I don't have to. I could just do it onto, a piece of just standard paper. So I'm going to put a piece of paper down so that you can see really easily. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to just cut out kind of like a green cloudy shape, which will be the top of my tree, and it'll be the leafy part of the tree. Okay, so, and it can be any shape at all. And then I can put that on there. Okay, so I'm going to glue my hand right onto my tree top. Okay, I'm going to glue it right down. Okay, so here we go. This is the tree trunk. You can see right here. I've got my trunk, and I could turn this paper. This is a big, long piece of paper so that I get a big, long trunk. But then what I'm going to do is your kids can cut out a bunch of circles. You could hole punch. Whoops. You could hole punch, but cutting roundish shapes is fun to do too, because apples are not all the same size or the same shape or the same exact color too, because they're greenish and reddish and ripe and yellow and all different kinds of apples, and kind of spotty and stripy, and the texture inside apples can be very different. So I'm just gonna cut a bunch of little roundy shapes, and they're not all perfectly round. I mean, for sure, they're just a bunch of different shapes like this. Okay, so there's a whole bunch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing them down. So here again, we have a great fine motor. So you're cutting, your kids are cutting, your kids are gluing small shapes for bigger kids, and then you can just put them, you could put it all over the tree, everywhere, all over the tree, so that there are apples everywhere. Super apples. And I'm going to share a couple of fun. There we go. Just one like that. And right there. All right, some are close, some are tight. And there you are. There you have it. That's simple. All right, so I hope you guys will try this at home. Here are some great books to go along with that craft. So, apples, The Apple Orchard Riddle. One of my favorite, Tucker's Apple Dandy Day. Great read aloud. A Fractured Fairy Tale, Golden Delicious, which is a Cinderella story. Nonfiction book about going to the orchard. You could read about Johnny Appleseed. This is called Seed to Seed, all about the legend of Johnny Appleseed, or John Chapman, and his legacy of trees left behind. And then I have just a bunch of beginning readers. Barbie, Let's Pick Apples. Aaron loves apples and pumpkins. A Fancy Nancy, Apples Galore. Life Cycles of an Apple Tree. Apples in the Fall. Found an Apple. Apples and How They Grow. And Apples Grow on Trees. I hope you check out some of these great apple stories at your local library or here in Camden and do the craft and make it your own. Happy appling. Happy fall. Miss Amy.